I saw a Yemeni student. He was in the 5th grade, and when the teacher was talking to him, he was looking down. He came from a culture where he learned that once an adult talks to you, you have to look down. And he was respecting her. He was thinking that he was respecting because he was looking down. She thought that he was disrespecting her. Look at the difference. She didn't know his culture. If she had known that in the Middle East culture, the children kneel down to show they are listening, to show that they are obeying, to show that they are respecting. She didn't know this. So I decided every year to talk to my staff in the first day about culture. Culture is very important. People here from Syria, or from Egypt, or from Africa, or from Somalia, from anyone, any country. Really, we are lucky to have all of these cultures in one community, in one mosque, in one school. Because people, they travel from country to country to know the other cultures. Once we have all cultures in one building, we are lucky. Because we learn about each one's culture. If we learn, then we know how to respect each other and not to misunderstand each other, not misinterpret each other. It is not a matter of right or wrong. Maybe in the Syrian culture, something, in the Iraqi culture, in the Egyptian culture, it is not right or wrong. This is the way they were raised. This is the way they are. Now here in the Islamic, we have an Islamic culture. And this is what we want our kids, we want to raise them on the Islamic culture. How to respect their teachers, to respect their parents, to respect all others. So principal is very important as a factor. Staff, very important. When they teach, they know how to differentiate. Who knows what is the meaning of differentiation? Differentiation. I want to explain some terms that in the past, in the Middle East, the way we learned that the teacher was teaching the whole class as if the whole class one level. The teacher prepares one lesson plan for the whole class, as if the whole class one level. So 1 or 2 or 3 students, they understand, the others they don't. And the teacher keeps teaching, keeps talking. And when the principal was walking, oh, this is a good teacher. He's working hard. 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and the teacher keeps talking, keeps instruction. Nowadays, this is not anymore. The teacher should not keep teaching. This is teacher-centered. Now we have student-centered learning. That is the focus of the student, and the teacher has to make centers and leave the students work with each other because they learn from each other more than from a teacher. And also the teacher, when she prepares a lesson plan and when she prepares centers, there are different levels, different centers, because the class is not one level, the class is 3. Maybe there are people who are below, there are people who are at the level, there are people who are above. So teachers, they have to differentiate with their teaching. So differentiation means that the teacher, when she teaches, she doesn't teach the whole class as if it is one level. She makes exercises, she makes assignments. When she teaches them, she prepares for 3 levels, below, at the level, and above. And this makes it hard on the teacher also, because she has to prepare as if she is teaching 3 classes at the same time. It is not easy. And we want our teachers to work not only hard, but smart. We want the teachers to work smart, not just hard. Because if the teachers know how to prepare, if the teachers know how to make centers in the classroom, it will be much easier for a teacher to teach the whole class. So differentiation is very important. Having centers in the classroom is very important. And focusing on the student center, not the teacher center. If a teacher keeps talking 30 minutes, 40 minutes, this is not a good teacher. If any teacher talks more than 5 to 7 minutes, this is not a good teacher. Not more than that. 5 to 7 minutes of instructions, then make centers, then leave the students work. Leave the students do their assignments. This is the way it is in the 21st century. So, leadership is very important. Staff is very important. The third thing is curriculum, al-minhaj. When we say al-minhaj in the Arabic language, we have in mind the textbook. The textbook is not al-minhaj. The textbook is one resource, the curriculum. Because it is the textbook, the supplementary materials, the standards, the activities, the events, the homeworks, all of these things are al-minhaj. Because al-minhaj في اللغة العربية, minhaj, nahaj, yanhaj, it is you start a point to reach the goal. There is a point that you start, and it is a way to reach the goal. Because every school has a mission, has a goal to achieve. In order to achieve that goal, these are factors and elements that we need to achieve through them. So al-minhaj is very important. And every school has to have an updated curriculum that is aligned with the state standards. And I have a good news for you. In the United States, they are going to do what we are doing in the Arab countries. What is it? In the Arab countries, we have the Ministry of Education, and we have the curriculum for all schools in the same state. When I first came, I was wondering how come Illinois has its standards, Indiana has its standards, Michigan has its standards, and each state has different standards, different grade level content expectations, and different tests. Now, starting next year, most states in the United States will have the same standards. It's called Common Core Standards. Common Core Standards, that is, all the states in the United States will have the same standards. So if a student moves from Indiana to Michigan, no difference, it's the same. From Michigan to Illinois, the same. And there will be the same test that is standard balance. Before, we used to have different tests in Illinois, Michigan, New York, California. Now, there is a standards, the same standards, common core standards, and there is a test called standard balance. That depends on critical thinking. Now, students nowadays, when they take tests, most of them that yes or no, or choose between certain things. But next year, the test will be different. 50% of the test will be multiple choices. The rest will be critical thinking. It will ask students to write. That is to type with the computer. There will be passages on the computer that the student has to go to a certain link to read the message, go to another link, read another message, compare and contrast between the two messages. This will start from the third grade and up. Third grade and up will have the same standard in the United States, the same tests. And this is 2014-2015. And also there will be one test for ELR students. ELR, that is, or ESL students, English as a second language. So these are, let me go to the topic, that is leadership, staff, curriculum, assessment, that we start talking about assessment. Assessment, that is, we have what we call formative assessment and summative assessment. Formative assessment, that's what the teacher does in the classroom, a classroom assignment, homeworks, quizzes, tests, these are called formative assessments. And we have summative assessment, that is what the state gives the students. This is summative assessment. The assessment is very important. Some parents send their kids to a certain course, they say, oh, this is a good school because there are certain assessments that are implemented in this school. So, leadership is a factor, staff is a factor, curriculum is a factor, assessment is a factor, the learning environment is a factor. All of these things make you decide where to take your kids. You take them to this school or you take them to another school. But all of our concern, all of our focus is our students. We want them to learn and achieve. How about if there are some students they are not at the grade level? What do we do? Are all of the students will be reaching the same goal? No. In every school, what we need to do, in the beginning of the school, we have to decide what kind of goals we need for every single student. There are goals. So when you test them in the beginning of the school year, then you test them in the end of the school year, then you see how much you have improved with these students. There are gaps, and we need to work in order to bridge these gaps with our students. If there are students in the 30th grade or 40th grade, and they are 2 levels behind, we can't bridge the gap within 1 year. We may need 2 years. At least we make improvement with them until we reach the goal. Now, before all of these, the mission and the vision is very important for any school. So once a school has a mission and a vision, once a school has a right leadership, once a school has highly qualified staff, once a school has the updated curriculum, once a school has assessment and does activities and events during the school year, this is the way we evaluate certain schools. Now, is Indiana Horizon Academy where we want it to be? Not yet. There are challenges, and everyone agrees. If we are they perfect? No. Which is okay, because no one can be perfect in 1 year. But as far as they know what are they going to achieve, they know their mission, they know their goal, and with the help of the parents, with the help of the community, they are going to be there. And this is why you are here. You are here to support this school. Without your support, without the collaboration of the community, this school can't achieve its goals. This is why it is very, very important that parents are involved in the school. How can you be involved? There are many ways. Money is one of them, but there are other ways. When a teacher or a principal communicates with you and asks you to come to school, want you to be in the school. Because once parents are in the school and attend parent-teacher conferences, or attend math competition, or attend reading competition, or attend science fair, or book fair, any event, or the field trip, once kids they see their parents, then they know that their parents they care. Once parents care, then kids they learn. If you do not care, your kids will not learn. So it's very important that parents and the community collaborate and cooperate with the school by supporting them financially. This is one of them, but also by coming to school, asking about their kids, participating in the activities, participating in the events, going with them in the field trips, participating in any activity in the building. Kids, they say, oh, our parents, they care about our learning. Then they are gonna learn. So this is another factor, that is the support of parents. The support of the community is another element that is very important to have a good school. Let's review with them again. Leadership, correctly